In today's daily dose of math, we're looking at finding the mean, also known as x bar, for some data. I have three examples here where the data is presented in slightly different ways, and I'm going to start with the most basic. Here we have 6 values, and we're being asked to find the mean, the average of those values. So what we're doing is we're adding the values to each other to get a total. And we're dividing by how many values we had, which in this case was 6. So the total of these numbers is 105. And when I divide by 6, I get a mean of 17.5. This is quite straightforward. But then we can be asked to find the mean of this data. And I have seen students make mistakes with this sort of data because they're confused about what is the data. Is 15 the number that I'm using, or is 3 the number I'm using? In this, which is a frequency table, these are frequencies. They tell you how many times that value appeared. They aren't the data themselves. The data is actually over here. So to read this, I have to see that I have 3 15s. I have 4 16s, 2 17s, and 1 18. So I actually have 10 values that I have to add together to get my total and then divide by 10. So it's hard to fit all of this in this space, but I'm putting in 15 3 times. I'm putting in 16 4 times, 17 twice, and 18 once. Now another way of showing this is I can say 3 times 15 plus 4 times 16 plus 2 times 17 plus 1 times 18. That takes a little less space and is a little more organized. Either way, the total that I'm dividing by is my sample size, which is what I get when I add these numbers together. The frequencies add to give the total, so the total of these is 10. I'm dividing by 10. I end up getting 161, divide by 10, and my mean, my average is 16.1. Either way that I choose to show the division, the answer is 16.1. Now we have a third set of data, and this one's a little different again. It again is a frequency table because this grade is happening 3 times. This grade happens twice, this grade happens 3 times. These are frequencies. And I can see right away that if I add them together, I have 8 values altogether, and I will be dividing by 8. But what are my values? The way this was given is in classes, and classes don't tell you the exact numbers. The truth is we can't find the exact mean from this situation because we were not shown the values that we're using. So what we'll have to do is, for each class, we use the midpoint. This says that 3 people got grades somewhere between 0 and 10. Since we don't know what those grades are, we say, what is the halfway point between 0 and 10? And it's 5. So we pretend that those 3 people each got exactly 5. 3 times 5. Therefore, 2 people got somewhere between 10 and 20. We choose 15 as the midpoint. 2 times 15. And 3 people got somewhere between 20 and 30, so we use 25. This means that our answer is not exact. It's an estimate. When we add them together, we get 120, which we divide by 8, and therefore the mean is 15, and we remember that this 15 average, this 15 mean, is really just an estimate of the real mean. If someone could tell us what these 8 grades really were, we'd be able to do it this way, and we would know the exact mean. So this is mean, and this is today's daily dose of math. Please remember to like this video, and if you're not subscribed yet, click on the subscribe button.